All right. So Dave, what are we going to talk about? I want to know. People love this show. I'm so excited about it. I get more comments about this than any other show I do. So thanks.
I think I think there's a lot we can talk about. There's a heck of a lot going on in the AI world. I think just everything that is going on proves even more that the this has not plateaued and it only continues to kind of go in the direction I had assumed it would. Uh, right now, in the larger world of it, data centers continue to be
Mhm.
exploding and being built. I just saw something that the construction of data centers has surpassed commercial construction by like 3 times or something just in the past like 6 months. So the amount of money they're spending in it and the amount of construction that's actually starting to happen is like because commercial construction is actually like dropping a bit. That's going
Yeah.
up. And then I'm sure everybody sees the headlines of, everything that's happening at the Department of Defense and all that craziness. So now
Mhm.
Claude and Anthropic are kind of the top of the game at the moment, which I wouldn't be surprised if Google gets their stretch back quickly. Although Google is one of the ones that's agreeing with the government. So you have Google, OpenAI, and X all kind of agreeing with the government. Claude's kind of that outlier saying, no, we're not going to let you do mass surveillance or automated drones or anything. So that's another big thing that's kind of going on. And a lot of the public is backing Claude because of that. They feel they're
Mhm.
trustworthy, right? Some of the things Claude's top C-suite have come out and said in the last like month have been pretty wild. I think their top safety guy actually quit and retired himself because he said basically the direction the world's going in isn't a good one. I can't remember the exact quote, but it was kind of a scary quote. And then their CEO and a couple other CEOs of other AI companies have come out and started saying just in the next, they really truly believe in the next 18 months that anything white collar will be replaced by AI. And
Do you
how
believe
they
that
do
that's
that
true?
and how I don't I don't
I don't.
know. I do see things like Claude co-work, a lot of these Claude bot things. Some of them are a little bit like Claude bot's a little bit overhyped, which is something OpenAI just bought. And I don't know if you've heard about that. It's got the little like crab logo.
Uh-uh.
And I think they renamed it to Moltbot. Uh, it got
Cute.
renamed like 6 times in one day after it really started like blowing up. So it that thing is an AI agent that can work on its own within a Apple device. So you just put
Hmm.
it on an Apple device. It takes a while to build it. My brother just built his out. You have to give it a lot of context and things to tell it what to do, but then it has access to that whole system, whatever you give it in that system, and it just does things. Like it just does things that it thinks you want it to do, and it just works 24/7. It's kind of scary. But Claude Cowork isn't too far off that. It's not quite as autonomous, but Claude Cowork also works on your desktop. It's only MacBook right now, but it works on your files. It like can go in and organize all your folders. It can go send emails for you. It can do all kinds of stuff. So the agents are really starting to come out, and especially when you start talking about coding, these are some of the conversations you and I've talked about.
Hmm.
So a lot of the developers are like, well, you're not going to get quality code with this stuff. That is still somewhat true now, but you are seeing more and more top tier developers use AI for certain things. They're not using it like 100% like some people are, but they'll maybe use it for 20% or 10% or 30%. And it's becoming more and more because the quality's coming up. I
Yeah.
just read an article this morning about developer costs are nosediving because of it.
Yeah.
Well, which we all know, right? Like we can
Yes.
all make prototypes and things with things like Lovable, but at the same time, if that all continues over like the next 18 months, and then you see more and more agents starting to take things over, um, it could move really, really fast. It's just it's hard to get like I could see it moving through the corporate world very fast. Now, our small business world, obviously, we're always kind of last of the line for some of these things. But if it's coming for them in 18 months, it's coming for us within a couple of years, you know?
It's
Um,
hard for me to imagine, like, yes, I for sure see roles where this could take over and do fine. But the relationship part of business is not going, I just can't see that. Can you see that being replaced by
no,
AI at
but that's not really what they're talking about. They're not talking about replacing salespeople or even
yeah,
like
the
you doing podcasts or anything. It's more to do with all of the data entry stuff,
accounting and
all the analytical stuff, all the consulting kind of stuff, you know. And when I say consulting, I don't mean like our consultants like Violand or something, because those
yeah,
are relationship based. I'm talking more like big corporate consultants that come in
yeah.
and analyze everything and then give you data points to work off of. Um, but you're talking about billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of jobs, right? What happens to all of those people when those jobs don't exist anymore? Like, obviously, there's always something that fills the gap. There's always something that comes and fills the space. But this will be a tricky one. It'll be a tricky one for the economy and everything. So,
Harder to
um,
imagine what would fill the space in this one. Because if you think about like COVID, when people were, I don't know, anyway, it's my brain, but okay, go ahead, keep
yeah,
talking.
I just data dumped on you, and that's just like part of what's happening. Like I found kinds of new tools. Maybe next time you and I talk, I can show you a couple of the new interesting kind of one-off tools that I'm using. Um,
For
but
restorers in the room, what should they be paying attention to?
um, Restorers in the real world really need to be paying attention to things like Lovable or Bolt and trying to hire somebody. I think I've said this in the past, trying to hire somebody that's just working on your AI initiatives, building dashboards for you, building automations for you, working with things like N8N. Um, those are the real world things that can actually affect your business, make things more efficient. You won't get rid of anybody over those things probably, but it will make your entire team more efficient and everybody be able to work a little smoother and quicker.
Can you
Um,
give an example of a way that you're using one of them?
yeah, so Lovable, we're using it in a lot of ways. We are building, I think I mentioned this last time a little bit. We're building all kinds of dashboards. So one that came up the other day was just like quarterly reviews with people. Usually that's a stack of paper that HR
Yeah.
has, and the employee doesn't have a lot of visibility. And usually the managers kind of doesn't have visibility until it comes back up and they start looking through the reviews again. But he made a dashboard in like 20 minutes for just managing all those reviews. Everybody has their own login. The manager has their own login to where they can see all the reviews from all the employees with little graphs and data points and things. And just having something like that from a small business, and we didn't really pay anything for it other than to just host it. It's just such
Mhm.
a nice little time saving thing. And then when they have the quarterly review, they actually fill it out within the system, even on their phone. It looks like a little app, and they just, it's easy and it just makes life easier. There's nothing to file. It's,
Yes. And your
yeah,
team probably likes it. Like, hey, congratulations, you didn't forget to do our
yeah,
review this time. We actually
yes.
got one and we
Yeah,
have
and
feedback.
you can like schedule it all and stuff. But so that's just like a very simple thing. And then we are working on some bigger things like email automations and then automating our CRM over to our um, job management system,
Hmm.
which are completely different systems, but they need to connect. So those are very easy things to do nowadays compared to, I mean, even 3 years ago, that would have been some, I don't know, $20,000 thing you'd have to pay a developer to do, if not more, honestly. Like it, I know
You want
guys
to
that have developers on staff to do stuff like that.
you want to share what CRM and what job management you use?
The CRM, we built out custom,
That's right. We've talked about that.
and then the job management, we use PSA. So they
Okay.
either give us data dumps or they give us the APIs. Either way, we kind of pull everything back and forth. But
Nice.
and that is kind of the nice thing, as long as the job management systems or accounting systems you have those open
Hmm.
APIs or at least data dumps, you can kind of do whatever you need to nowadays with that stuff. Um, but but the world is changing even sometimes faster than I thought it would. Like there's some crazy, crazy stuff out there right now, and it
It
just
did
seems to get crazier.
it did seem like for a while, and maybe we talked about this at Interconnect, that it did seem like there was like a little bit of a plateau for like a split second,
Yeah,
right?
it
And I
did.
was like, never mind. Is
But
that how you feel?
when they continue to dump like almost trillions of dollars into it, it's hard for it to
Yeah.
just stop. You know, they're gonna keep advancing and keep finding more. And
Yeah.
then you do have, I think you and I have talked briefly about like some of the quantum kind of things. And although the bigger pieces of that might be 3, 5 years out, you still have that's all progressing very fast. And they're already starting to use some of the things they're just figuring out now, they're already plugging in as quick as they figure it out. So you already have things that are changing, and you might not even know it's something they're using. That's kind of the wild part of it is like if they figure something like big like that out, it might not get announced like you think it would. It might just be something they just start using in the background and being like, well, we have the most powerful AI. Why? We don't know is the answer you get a lot from that. Like you ask Claude how it works, they say we don't really know.
Okay, so here's a rabbit hole question because we have 5 minutes left, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
go into, so this is a data related conversation and completely not restoration related. But have you been watching the Nancy Guthrie coverage at all?
I have. I have.
Okay, do you know where I'm going to go with this? Maybe not. So, they recovered the Ring doorbell footage. And as all that was
Oh,
happening, I thought this is really interesting because the CEO came out the
yeah,
next day because it took them a week. And then the CEO came out and they're like, no, no, we don't store that anywhere. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, but it was somewhere.
but
But the
it was
CEO was
somewhere.
saying that it wasn't on
Yeah.
national television in interviews. I actually thought it was going to be much more of a PR nightmare for Ring than it turned out to be. As I was watching it unfold, I was like, oh, Ring is going to have a
Well, then
really
you had their
big.
Super Bowl commercial about how they'll be able to track pets. And
Yeah.
then, I think, I can't remember the name. There's a lot of those like registration cameras and speed ticket cameras. I think they're called flock.
Yeah.
Blocks are being taken down everywhere because the public's just in an uproar. But this is also kind of what is happening with the whole bigger Defense Department thing because the Defense Department wants all of that stuff,
Yes.
right?
For-
Like,
yeah.
and they're the ones that are kind of pushing and again, you go back to something like quantum. If they make some big breakthrough at like a Defense Department level, it's not like we're gonna know or hear
No.
about it. It's just going to be part of some system that they're using that could still be part of a public system like a Claude or OpenAI, but there's no way we would ever really know what we're using. And sometimes just watching how all this is progressing so quickly, it makes you wonder if we're just really still working off of standard operating systems and standard computing power, you know? So like it's wild.
It is wild. Yeah,
Yeah.
their Super Bowl commercial where they spun it and they're like, look at all the good things we do, which I agree. I mean, we've had
Yeah.
neighbors where their car is hit and they're like, can everybody look at their Ring doorbell footage so that you can
Yeah.
see, did you see who hit our car? So I thought that that was very
Yeah,
interesting.
there's always a fine line between, safety and surveillance. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you look back at even some of the movies in the 2000s and things like, can't remember what the one was with Will Smith, where it's just like a surveillance state. But like,
The
there's always going to be a
iRobot or
fine line
something.
in that. But at the same time, it's gonna at some point go past our control to where, and I honestly think it already is. Like we've just kind of got to deal with it. It's here before anything else. Like there's a reason why all these guys and politicians tape all of this off and tape this off when they're not using it because it's a real thing, you know.
Yeah.
So whether it's on your Nest or here or there, you just have to get used to it because it's unfortunately part of what we've decided to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, for anybody listening, this was a great conversation. I like this one. So if you want Dave to demo anything or you have questions, let us know. You can email either of us. Sign up for the RestorAI newsletter. You can find it on LinkedIn. And what's the
Yep.
URL? Remind people. Or is LinkedIn the best way?
It's I'll send it back to you so
Okay.
you can put it in the comments and I'll comment on
Perfect.
this video.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect. All right, Dave. Well, we will be back with another demo video soon, but we wanted to just at least chat about what was new because it's been a month and a half, I think, since we last
Yeah, it's
chatted. So
been a little
it's
while.
been a lot
But
happened
I'll
in a
see you
month
at
and a half.
PLRB, right?
I will not be at PLRB,
Oh
actually.
no.
I thought about it. There's a lot of shows. My next show is
There's a lot
RAA,
of
so I will
shows.
see you at RAA.
Yes, I'll see you at RA.
Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks. See ya.